Welcome back to the Math Eye. The Warriors trail Northwood 35-34 at halftime, and we're going to talk Warriors women's tennis now. And we're here with Wayne State coach Sheila Snyder and senior #1 singles and #1 doubles player Dasha Kuznetsova. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Coach Snyder, first of all, you're in your 30th year here, but you've been here longer than that because you were a two-sport athlete before that. You played basketball and tennis here for the Tartars, I would assume.
Yes.
Talk about being a Wayne State Tartar/Warrior for so many years and just how this athletic department has changed over that time.
Yes, it certainly has. I see the environment they have now. It wasn't like that before. But the campus has really changed a lot. I mean, the dorms, the athletic facility, the indoor facility, the weight room that we have, it's quite different than it was before. But I have to say, the experiences that we had, you talked to Mike Horn, you talked to Brian Morrow, it was all a wonderful experience that we had. So it just, times have changed since then.
That's what keeps you around and keeps you wanting to be a part of the community.
It does. Thank you.
Dasha, your team this year, just in the fall, won the GLIAC tournament. You're already in the NCAA tournament. Let's talk about that. You won in #1 doubles, and actually as a #4 seed team, by the time you got to that final match, you cut your #1 singles match short because you guys had already clinched it. How nice is it to know that no matter what happens in the spring, you're already in the NCAA tournament?
I mean, obviously it is nice knowing that, but it's not going to stop us from working hard in the spring. We want to keep our record clean, and we're going to practice just as hard as last year when we weren't sure if we're going to the NCAA tournament. And I feel like we have a great group of girls, and we've worked really, really hard in the fall, and we just want to seize the opportunity and do as well as possible in the regionals.
This is a program that's going for the 11th time in 15 years, so there's a pattern of success. Does that put pressure on you as a player, or does that just give you something to strive for and maintain?
I don't think so, because I've had just so much fun in the past 4 years playing here for Coach Snyder, and this is my last year and I want to go out with a bang, so I think this is going to be a really great opportunity.
Now, you're a player that came here from Russia, so actually I'm going to ask Coach Snyder first. How do you find a player from Russia?
It's hard. You know, I like to have, we have players from 7 different countries on our team, so I think diversity is the key, and just trying to gather the best players possible. So, you know, a lot of it's through the internet, videos, rankings, but again, we just try to get the best players that are possible to join our program, to make us the most successful that we can be.
Now, Dasha, for you to come to a foreign country, these are your college years. What's it like when you first get here? Is it a little nerve-wracking, a little just completely unexpected, or what is that?
Well, actually, I made a move and I sent the email to Coach Snyder, but it's the opportunity of a lifetime, and just being around these wonderful people and having such a diverse team, and actually the whole athletics department, you get to learn so much about other countries and other people and how they live, and it's not just about tennis in school, it's about learning about other countries.
When you talk about learning about other countries, other cultures, you've had the opportunity to come to Midtown Detroit and the greater Detroit area at a time when it's really changing for the better. And maybe, do you have the appreciation for what is happening here that someone like myself or Coach Snyder has?
Yes, absolutely. When I first came here, we drove from New York, and the sights that we saw out of our window were not that pleasant, but now 4 years later we have the Little Caesars Arena, we have all of these, the Mike Ilitch School of Business, all of these new businesses opening in Midtown. It's just a completely different environment, and it's just great to be a part of that.
Coach, kind of piggybacking what she's talking about there, though, you not just for the foreign players, but even for the local kids, there's more than just tennis, and there's actually more than just school here within this athletic department. You really are creating well-rounded individuals that are going to carry on what they learn here for the rest of their lives, aren't you?
For sure. It's like I said, you can't even, from 30 years ago, what the school has become, and what the city has become. You have all the Midtown that the kids, it's before they did not have a whole lot to do, but now Detroit is booming, and this is the time to be here. This is the time.
I'll ask you a tennis question. Since you're #1 doubles and #1 singles, what's the difference for you, and which do you like doing better?
Well, I like playing both. I mean, I've had a lot of different doubles partners in 4 years, and 2 of them were Brazilian, so I got to learn some Portuguese. But I do love playing singles a lot, and I started here as a number 4 on the lineup, and it's been a really long road for me. But yeah, it's been a great experience.
I know you said, hey, you don't back off knowing that you're in the tournament and all that, but the spring season for you is going to be different than for a lot of other teams, or had you not won the conference tournament and had to qualify as an at-large. Do you try anything different or maybe experiment with your game a little, or do you just say, hey, look, let's just get this. This is my senior year. I want to have the best experience possible?
I mean, we've had a great fall season. Of course, we had some injuries, but we got healthy towards the end. We got healthy for the GLIAC tournament, and we just want to get back in the groove, I guess, and we'll just see how it goes.
I guess the same question for you. Do you take the opportunity to maybe get some back into the roster players some experience in a few matches where maybe you wouldn't do that if you had to get that?
We're still looking to win. Yes, we may try a little, a few things, but the pressure's off. The pressure's off. Not knowing that you're not going to be in the tournament, that's stressful. Knowing that we're going to be in, but right now we're trying to win and get the highest seed possible. Maybe possibly have a chance to host. That's our goal. So.
Last question for you, and then I'll have one for Dasha.
Okay.
How nice is it in Detroit? It's cold out right now. You have an indoor facility.
Oh, it's beautiful. Before we would have to travel, get the kids in the car, travel to a 10-mile away facility. We even practiced at the city airport, for a while. That was cold with no heat. So it's great. It's such an advantage for all the teams. Baseball, softball, golf, everybody's in there. So it really helps us out a lot. When kids want to get a few extra, hits in, reps in, it's great for them to go serve and return or whatever. So it's definitely benefited all the programs here.
Last question for you. There's a high school senior somewhere in Russia, and they're wondering about playing tennis. And they're wondering about where to go, and Wayne State's on their radar. What do you tell them?
What do I tell them so that they take me?
Yeah.
I spent so much time on the phone with Coach Snyder, and she told me all of the good things about the program, about how close the team is, like it's a family kind of, atmosphere. So I think that's what brought me here.
Yes.
Yeah.
We try to have fun, within the family.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Snyder, thank you so much. Dasha, thank you.
Thank you.
Dasha told me the most interesting thing I thought is, what does your last name mean in English?
Smith.
Kuznetsova means Smith.
Okay.
So it's that common in Russia.
It is it's the most common last name, I guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to call her now, Smith. That would be a lot easier.
Thank you both. We just got a new nickname for the #1 tennis player at Wayne State. We'll be right back with the second half after this.
Thank you.